found Because we watched parts of it, but
I watched the parts where I said I thought I was going to lose my horns.
Hello, everybody, and
because
welcome
we watched
to the
parts of
show.
it, but
I watched the parts where I
Oh,
said
it keeps
I
playing.
thought I was going to
There we
lose my
are.
horns.
Hello, everybody, and
because we
welcome
watched
to the
parts of
show.
it, but
I watched the parts where I
Oh,
said
it keeps
I
playing.
thought I was going to
There
lose
we
my
are.
horns.
Anyways,
Hello, everybody.
we are here and we are live, and absolutely nothing exciting happened last week.
I watched the parts where I said
I don't think so, at least. However, we have our official recapper.
We are here
in
and
Megan.
we are live.
And absolutely nothing exciting
The roll.
happened last week. You want to let us know what happened? I think so, at least.
Sure.
However, our
We
official
opened some
recapper
boxes.
here
in
and
Got
Megan.
teleported to some
And
dragons. That was fun. Got chased via dragon to meet up with, I believe his name was Grayson. He was a fantastic dude. A plus. It totally didn't lie to us at all.
No, didn't lie to you at all.
We had to find our missing party members because we were a little separated. Went down, fought a Medusa. Paul had some interesting conversations that made a lot of people question a lot of things if they had actually heard them. And now are all back in our rooms, I believe, safe and sound.
For the moment. So, for our people who were not here last week, Darius and Cephalogia both got stuck inside a book writing their life stories. Although, to get everybody to do what they wanted them to do, Cephalogia, for a little bit, everybody thought her horns were gone. But, in fact, they were mock horns. And Archer got stuck in a pocket realm because his father didn't want to deal with him. And so that is where they spent their time. And shortly after that, Elric decided to be very angry that his house was starting to have much going on, and started throwing a temper tantrum. Lightning storms, thunderstorms, firestorms, all throughout the entire house. And that has continued for the last week for your characters, who have had no sleep and nothing, absolute a moment of rest. Elric clearly knows there's somebody in the house that shouldn't be in the house, or at least that he thinks shouldn't be in the house, or should be alive for that matter. But he doesn't know who it is. And so that is where we pick up, with everybody in their rooms, where even their rooms are starting to have many ghosts who are exhausted with the temper tantrum that Elric is throwing, sitting there. So, what are you all doing in your rooms?
Look here, Ghost. Again, I understand that I am a Reaper, and that, you can pass your souls through me, but I cannot do that at this moment. You'd have to wait. And we wait until another time.
You guys, you were here. You're supposed to help us to move on, and this guy is a scary ghost. How does someone scare a ghost?
I don't understand it either. It's the strange effects from the larger threat that is happening into this house. But again, you'll have to wait until we can figure out another way to have you move on. I apologize.
Well, then what we need to go ahead and do is to, we gotta find a way out. You gotta help us with your friends.
That's what we're going to be trying to do.
All right. What is everybody else doing?
I have stuff shoved in my ears and I'm trying to take a nap.
I am apparently staring at my roommate while he's having a conversation with something I cannot see.
And I think Jorna, honestly, at this point would be kind of like taking her little jars out, decompartmentalizing, putting things in a circle and kind of sitting and having a moment just to kind of like deeply meditate on all of the information that was dumped on her the previous day. But she's not doing too well.
So, what is Archer doing?
Archer would probably be sitting in his room stewing because he was thrown in a pocket dimension after finding out that he's not an orphan, but he does have a dad. and then getting thrown into a pocket dimension. Yeah.
So he's stewing. All right. So at this point, the house seems to shake, which, with all the thunders and stuff going on around, doesn't seem like it's much different than it has been for the past week. And as that occurs, you guys end up somewhere else within the house. Do you open the doors, or what do you do?
I think I would wake up Sid, or attempt to wake up Sid after I would like sit there and take a deep sigh and put all my stuff back and put my bag on and do all that and then like kind of go and just like do one of those like long arm things just because I'm afraid she'd stab me. Hey, yeah. I think we're at the next stop. I think we gotta get going.
Okay.
And as you guys are getting ready to go, you have your room ghost, who is seemingly being totally chill and whatever, knowing that there's nothing they can really do. They can't really leave the room, but all the other ghosts that are in there have been scared. Like, ironicness is the ghosts are scared of the situation, and they're sitting there watching you, hoping you're going to go out there and save the day.
I'm just gonna open the door.
And in the hallway, there's, of course, lightning and thunder flashing out there. So it's the same lightning and thunder that has been going on for a week. You've gotten kind of used to it, the fireballs and things. So when you've had to leave your room for whatever reason, you've gotten kind of good at ducking them or timing them, because they're not exactly random. It's kind of like it's a generic temper tantrum.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Seems well today.
And so you guys go out. What do you do? What are you looking at?
So is it just like a hallway with lightning in it?
Yep, it's just a hallway with lightning.
Is it a new hallway or is it a hallway we recognize?
It is a new hallway. It has pictures on the wall, and it has a grandfather clock at the end of the hall.
Can I see anything special about the grandfather clock?
Lights up, which is an odd thing for a grandfather clock.
You see that clock?
Yeah.
Do you get a bad vibe from it just like I do?
A little bit.
And it goes
Is there like
doing, 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 and it literally shakes the hallway like an earthquake.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
And the door to your room closes, and you are suddenly warped back into a time period in which is clearly in the past. And as that clock is going off, everybody in the house hears the clock ringing, and you guys are all basically now in the past at 5 o'clock in the afternoon on a day that Autumn Hall was going to have a formalized ball. What are you doing, Paul and Saphlegia?
We back in time now?
Yep.
We can tell we back in time?
You're still in your room. The ghosts don't tell you, so no. Not until you
Got it.
leave the house.
Does anything like, we're still in the hallway, like, do we notice anything that's changed? Do we know we're back in time? Does the clock tell us?
The clock is there, and it's 5 p.m. There's no more thunderbolts. There's no more lightning. There's nothing. It's gotten eerily quiet in Autumn Hall from what you've listened to for the past 6 days.
Saphlegia, I believe, things have become all of a sudden quiet.
Too quiet.
Exactly. That's my thoughts as well. Normally I'd be like, let's finally take a rest here, but usually when things get too quiet, that means something else is going on elsewhere, and we should probably investigate.
Yeah. Investigate. That's what I'm good at. Let's investigate. Do your friends have any idea of what's going on? Just kind of gesture to wherever you're talking.
They aren't.
They kind of just look I kind of look around a little bit and I just go, they still are trying to escape through my abilities. So let's just leave.
Fair enough.
Now, what is Darius and Archer doing?
I mean, we heard the clock ringing in a weird way, right?
Yep.
For whom the bell tolls, my friend.
The whole
But
house
this
has
is
gone
what
deadly quiet, like compared to the last week of non-stop temper tantrum.
So Archer at this point would likely get up, put his cigarette out on his nightstand, and ask Darius, you want to at least go check it out, see what's going on down there?
I have nothing better to do with my time.
And
Fair.
so you all kind of make your way towards it, and you notice that this isn't the Autumn Hall that you've come to see. This is Autumn Hall when it was amazing, and it's in a heyday about 50 years ago, give or take. And there are people around this house making things, creating things. There is a fantastic dinner. There are still people. It's coming into like it's a party. And these are people. At least from what you can tell, they're people.
Can we tell whether or not they're ethereal, or do they seem solid enough to where we could touch them?
Roll me a perception check.
23.
They look like people. Ordinary people who may have been working here and just are here and enjoying your company.
What type of outfits does everybody have on? Are they current, or can I tell they're old?
They're typically called for guys morning suits. They're not quite tuxes and they're not quite dressed down. And for the ladies, they look between the 1960s and 1970s. So it's nice. They're nice dresses and nice formal wear. And so as you're doing this, you do recognize a familiar face in Grayson, who clearly got whirled back with you coming down the stairs. And he's staring down. Well, I see you all survived. Good news. How are we all feeling this morning?
Confused.
Problem solved?
Oh no, this is an illusion. I just couldn't take Elric's temper tantrum anymore. It's my
So
This is the first time I've seen him since the pocket dimension, right?
You never saw him. You just got
Oh, I
thrown.
never even-
You never even saw him.
Oh.
That's your dad, and you've never even seen him. But he does look like you.
So do I know he's my dad?
Everybody else knows he's your dad. You don't know he's your dad.
Okay.
I suppose we could ask Mari.
Yeah, can I perception check to look at these guys' space structure?
Sure.
That's 19.
Yeah, you can talk to these guys. They look normal. They seem to be there, but they seem to be going about their everyday boring life. Like, things are happening. They're making food. They don't really notice you.
Don't notice us how? That's kind of a...
They're
don't notice us as in, they literally just don't see us? Or don't notice us as in too busy doing their own thing?
don't notice you, as in they literally don't see you, as if you are just an image that is not even visible to them.
Cool. Goes to Christmas past.
And so Grayson goes to the dining room and pours himself a glass of wine. Well, at least you're not listening to Elric anymore. Instead, you have to relive when Elric wiped out this entire party of people. It was just a super fun day.
Are we gonna get wiped out too?
You're asleep in your beds, technically, and surrounded by crystals. I don't think Elric is going to go that far to kind of find you.
That's good to know.
If he does, all bets are off. But he won't find me, As long as I'm alive, we have a chance to save this house.
We're not really here.
Oh, I ripped you from your bodies and threw you back in time. Or at least into an image of time.
There is a lot of non-consensual pulling from bodies going on in this particular house. I'm just throwing that out there.
Don't worry, I'm still here.
We could do without him as well.
Well, he's gonna have a lot of reaping to do here as soon as all these people fall.
Looking forward to it.
Yes, I'm sure you are. Anyways, would you like some food? I can make it real if you'd like some.
Yes, always. I will always take some food if it's offered.
Yep, so it's over there. For you.
Paul runs over there, just starts stuffing his face.
You all look puzzled.
Well, you're offering us food when we are, in a sense, a spiritual form. It seems kind of ironic.
Usually when you put us in a situation like this, there's something you want us to do. So I guess I'm wondering when that part is going to drop.
Yeah, well, maybe.
If this is a dream, what happens if I take a nap?
Why don't you go to bed and find out?
I want to try that.
Okay, you go do that.
I have an idea, guys.
Wait, what?
This is a dream. I want to sleep in the dream to go to Double Dreamland. Yeah, that's all I got. It's a theory. It's a theory. Work in progress. But we'll try it.
You sir, are a very horrible detective.
And then we'll try my hardest to nap.
And at this point, Darius sees a flash of an orb sphere zoom by him.
Hey, it's a Palanthea stone. What's up now?
Would
Like-
Jonah have seen that with her past?
Like, when you say
Yes.
orb, are we talking of the spiritual sense, or like somebody just hurled something in my direction?
It's a crystal sphere, and it floated by your head at a rapid speed.
Ooh.
And Jorna saw it.
Can I stare off in the
I
direction
shall
it is?
follow it.
Okay, you see it too, Jorna. Anybody that wants to see it can see it. It wasn't obviously hidden. It wasn't just meant for him.
I shall follow it to see where it goes.
The moment that Jorna sees Darius go and follow it, she turns around and goes the opposite direction towards where Paul is. And just goes to, like, sit down and do whatever Paul is doing.
Paul's eating.
And she goes to sit down
Hey, would you want some?
and she just snatches it out of his hand and, like, shoves it in her mouth.
And-
Alright, I'll follow Darius.
And Jordan, at this point, her eyes go white, and she starts to relive what happened this night. And she sees how all these people who are in this party begin to fall one by one. And the tower that is so famous outside, this night is when this tower became fully powered. And then she stops seeing it. And meanwhile, Sid is helping Darius, and they are chasing after a sphere, which is headed up the stairs and down the hallways.
By chance, is there any Kool-Aid being served?
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid?
Wine.
Old. Anyway. Alright, so, like, is it just like going up the stairs and like that's it? It's not doing like the wait for me thing.
No, it's basically leading, like, it's moving, but you can follow its trail because it kind of, like, has a little glow to it. And the trail leaves on going that way.
Okay. I will follow it to wherever it goes. May it be my demise.
Is Sid following him?
Yep.
And at
Although I am gonna say, do you think this is like one of those swamp lights where you follow it and you really shouldn't be following it, but you follow it, it's shiny?
I mean, this is in fact a possibility.
All right, just as long as we're aware that that is in fact a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, what is Cephalogia doing, and what is Archer doing?
I would have followed that orb along with Sid and Darian.
Okay. And what is Cephalogia doing?
All these people, like, they're just doing their thing. I can't really talk to them, right? So,
No.
Yeah.
Are you going to sleep?
Yeah. I think so. That's my best move here.
Okay, so you go to sleep, and you are now stuck in Elric's tower. You're asleep within your dream, within your body, outside of your body. You are now stuck inside your own head, inside the dream, in a projection of vision.
I didn't see Inception, so I don't understand any of this.
Yeah, right? Like, I'm just sitting there like, huh?
Well, basically, Elric is sitting there in real time in his tower, and you got ported in real time. So you are no longer with your friends. You are a astral projection of yourself from the.
So then I don't wake up in this tower.
You can't wake up. You're awake in the tower, but you're officially asleep in two realities.
But in the tower, I'm awake. So
Yep.
then I think, well, then my theory worked. Now I have to tell everybody. Oh.
Would I, because I'm still in that same room, would I notice that there's something obviously wrong when Cephalogia goes to bed?
You're gonna notice Cephalogia can't wake up.
Can I go and cast, I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to go and kind of like, once I realize what's happening, I'm going to kind of freak out and do a, where is it?
Unarmed strike. Wake up.
No, I have Lesser Restoration. Yeah, I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration and see if I can try and bring her back.
Lesser
It's
Restoration.
going to work, but it's the only thing I have.
Lesser Restoration heals his physical body, or her physical body, on the physical plane, but you can't heal a spirit within a dream. He basically astral projected himself twice.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good.
No, it's not.
If you don't know what astral projection is, it's basically your physical body is in the physical realm. You were projected by Grayson into a third-party realm to obviously do something of Grayson's doing, and then you fell asleep, which is a projection of yourself, and that projected you back directly to the tower.
So it's like two mirrors looking at each other?
Technically, it's a third mirror looking at two versions of yourself, in which you cannot get back to.
Okay. And what do I see in this tower? Do I know this? Do I know I'm double astral projected right now?
You're aware that you went to sleep, and then you just woke up, and you're not back in your physical body, so you know what you did. Yeah.
I'm
And-
still.
And
This
Elric,
isn't my physical body. What's Elric doing?
Elric is sitting there playing cards. So you got yourself stuck.
I thought I got myself out.
You double projected yourself. Somebody is playing astral games, and I'm trying to figure out which one of you is powerful enough to do it. And
I took that. I'm the most powerful.
well, you don't seem
I'll
very
take a nap
powerful.
again.
Uh,
I'll do it.
and he basically
He's playing
drains.
solitaire. That's sad.
And-
I'll play a game with him.
And he basically, at this point, flips a card, and you see some of your life energy go towards his card. So he's starting to drain your energy now.
I thought he was just playing a game. It's not a fun game. What's the meaning of my life energy in the card?
Someone's playing a game in this house of hiding people from me. There's somebody in this house that shouldn't be alive. I just don't know who it is. And I intend to find them one by one. And the cards are your life. When I get to 20, you'll die, your physical self, and then you'll be stuck here, part of my collection forever.
2020.
Right now I have my talons in you. Or proverbial leech type mentality. But it's okay. As soon as I find out who's powerful enough to create a whole astral plane of their existence in a memory of all things, and manage to protect your physical bodies. Well, sort of. Except you broke the rule. You fell asleep within your own dream. You fall asleep within your own dream.
That was ruled.
Magic has rules. You don't fall asleep within your own dreams. Fall asleep within your own dreams, you double project yourself, which is splitting yourself. So you basically split yourself into 3 pieces. The plane that's here with me, the plane that's in your bed, and the plane that is wherever this powerful being sent you to. Do you want another card? That would be 18. I can take some more energy from you. I have more hell terrain in this place, and... Oh, when you wish upon a star, how funny. Have you ever wished upon a star? Well, and you literally are seeing you're starting to become, your essence here in the tower is becoming thinner. And although you're sleeping in the other reality, it's going to become obvious that your essence is really, he's literally drawing power from you at this point. So, what is Darius... Hold on. What is Darius, Sid, and Archer doing? Are they chasing after the ball of light?
Yes.
And this ball of light spins, and it turns into Reed, who was actually split on this day. And you see him there, and he's standing there. What does Sid have to say? What does Archer have to say, or Darius?
I just kind of like looking at him like I'm basically ignoring every urge I have to try and like poke him with a stick to make like, huh?
Wave my hand in front of his face. Can he see us?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that solves that question.
You're not the only people that Grayson decided to throw into this astral projection. He can't put me together in our reality, but in this reality, I wasn't separated, so. It might be a vision, but it's a vision that, and you see his old self walking by, clearly, unaffected.
So why are you here?
To have a conversation with my cousin about how he tried to curse my child. And it seems that you have a soul problem. So if we are in a projection, maybe we can prevent Elric from ever getting the orb that held your soul in the first place. Stop the orb from ever existing by shattering it or moving it to a different reality, then we can do that. By the way, where's the ring that my charming cousin put on you, dear daughter?
Yeah, let's back up a minute. Tried to curse.
Oh yeah, he cursed you. He definitely cursed you. It's his thing. When he doesn't get what he wants and things aren't going his way, he was very meticulous in arcane magic to curse you.
Tried to curse and curse are two very... Curse?
Do you have the ring? Do you have his family ring in your possession somewhere?
Yeah, probably. She has it in her pocket. She pulls it out.
Yeah, you're cursed. You're now his son's get out of death card. And I intend to fix that. Don't die or you will die. But...
I mean, that is a pretty definite thing.
Yes, but...
Not true before?
Is his son on this stupid plane? Did he throw his son somewhere else now? He linked his son's life to yours.
Oh.
Everything that happens to his son that's bad will happen to you. Everything that's good, you will not feel. Ultimately, you're a get-out-of-death card free. Which, we're going to go have a chat about now. And he takes the ring.
Your PD because you're a chain smoker.
And Reed kind of puts his hand over, and you can actually see this really weird binding magic, and you can obviously tell there's different kinds of magic interweaved, but it connects people. And so Reed grabs that. Now, about your orb of problems. If you find it in the house, and you theoretically shatter it, because some things are tangible in this house, Elric will never have been able to put your soul in it, and when you wake up, you should have your soul back. If you don't find it, well, you're still the same predicament you are now. And Reed kind of just takes the ring, and you see him walk by you guys. And at this point, what do you do?
I would tell Darius, looks like we gotta find your orb, bro.
Right.
And right now, both Sid and Archer and Darius can see the web of magic that has linked Archer's life to Sid's life. And it's a really fancy web of existence. And you can literally see how it works. Reed left it there so you could actually see it.
No offense, Archer, but I really hate your dad.
Who?
Exactly. Welcome to this lovely house where I apparently sleep with those I loathe. You are no longer an orphan, and Sid here is actually an arcane get out of jail free card.
Wait, so that guy is my...
Apparently, according to Mari, he was the father.
Well, I'm no longer a Gloomstalker, now I'm a Sunshine Ranger. Because the sun just got really bright. No, I'm just kidding. I'm still gloomy. Oh no, now I have 30 years of catching up to do.
Hey, but guess what? You can't you can't tell him you're not my dad.
And both of your tattoos on your arms are glowing because Reed's really irritated with Grayson. And it's obvious that he was really irritated with Grayson. And so that he's downstairs. So what is Paul and Jorna do? Jorna's not there. What is Paul doing?
Paul is observing that Cephalogia is now sleeping.
Alrighty. And so Paul's Reaper instincts show him that obviously her energy is becoming lighter. Not rapidly, but you can tell by seeing the energy, you're starting to get used to that, that person's not exactly alive, or completely alive. And what is Jorna doing?
Jorna is sitting by Cephalogia's body, has
Body?
her...
Taking a nap.
Well, no, she saw that you were like projecting, and she was worried that you weren't going to be able to get out, so she's sitting by your head, because she had just tried lesser restoration on you and it didn't work. So she's probably just sitting there, just head between her knees, doesn't know what to do, very confused at the moment, still trying to process everything.
Yeah, when she lesser restored me, did I feel that in my double dream? Was it nice?
No, your physical body got healed. But
For me,
Elric is playing cards with your energy. He's literally got your energy tethered to a deck of cards, and he's flipping them. And every time he flips
what
one,
type of cards are they? Are they tarot cards? Are they playing cards? Are they Yu-Gi-Oh cards? What type of cards are we talking about?
deck of many destiny cards. And every single destiny that he flips is one that takes energy from your physical body. And when you get to 0, you die.
So when Paul touches Cephalogia, and is solid, right?
Yeah. You guys can feel
Yeah.
each other as if you're solid, but you're obviously in a dream.
Okay.
Or a parallel world astral projected to it. But Cephalogia was inside a dream within the astral projection, which basically double projected him. Her.
Looks like the energy is being drained from Cephalogia.
What do we do? I tried to restore and it didn't work, and I don't really have anything else. What do we do?
I know. I also have the abilities of Lester Restoration, and it also doesn't. So if yours doesn't work, I assume that mine wouldn't as well.
No, I don't think it would.
And at this
Short of
good.
short of using any other healing techniques, I can't possibly think of any other way.
I mean, the only other things that I have deal with protecting people once they're dead, and I unfortunately don't think that's gonna work right now because she's in between. It doesn't. I don't even know.
And at this point, anybody who can hear inside, you guys are just right outside the where Grayson was, and you guys, the other two of you guys are upstairs. You hear Reed chuck a vase across the room at Grayson, and yelling and screaming in this big foyer of where Grayson and Reed are. So, how do you react to that? Anybody who heard it, which is all of you.
Wait, are we still upstairs?
You're still upstairs, but you're not. It's like the first floor. It would be where your bedrooms conventionally would reset to.
Okay, so we're not really that far away.
No.
I will go racing down towards the sound.
Sid?
I'm gonna look at Archer. Like, why do you think... Okay, so everything so far has been something we've had to do something right to solve it. What do you think we're supposed to solve here?
Maybe we watch how all these people die so we can put them to rest.
Maybe. I don't know.
Or we watch this ghost kill this dude that I just found out is my dad.
Yeah, let's go watch that.
I mean, to be fair, you were probably better off without a father. You've made it this far.
And Grayson is just standing there, and obviously Grayson is much more powerful than Reed, at least from that. Reed is more of a sneak attack infiltrator versus a straight out inheritor of powers within the house. And so Reed, who currently is able to throw things because it is a projection, is throwing things at Grayson, and he's just kind of... and he's unamused by this thing. Although he got his ring back, so he's kind of happy about that too. So who's down here? Who's talking? Anyone talking to them?
Paul
I mean,
just remains by Cephalogia, just keeping an eye, a very intent eye on what's happening there.
Yeah, I'm also staying with Seth and Paul.
What's Darius doing?
I see the half-blood in a comatose state.
Why would anybody let somebody go to sleep with a projection? Grayson just sits there and, like, looking at the situation.
He was obviously tired.
Well, she went to sleep inside of a dream, which means she has double projected herself, which means she split herself into 3 parts. So when we do it back, you're going to have 3 parts of this person. I don't know where the 3rd part is, but my guess is it's not a good place.
So, do we get to pick which parts we like, or...
I don't know how that works. I try not to double project myself anywhere. Thank you very much, by the way, Miss Sid. My ring was very important. And Reed just throws a punch at Grayson.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm shocked by what happened. You're literally saying the entire last week that I am expendable, so honestly, I should have seen that coming.
You're expendable. Your life is now tethered to my son.
Yeah, we're
And
gonna
hopefully he won't find himself dead.
We are gonna fix that.
Oh, he's here. I guess I let him out of the pocket room.
Well, I mean, they can't all be good life decisions.
Well. Meanwhile, Cephalogia, you're in the tower with Elric, and he flips another card over, and he shows you the skull, And he's like, do you like your horns?
Yes. And my eye, and my tail.
What about if I made you human and then put you back into your body as a tiefling? That would be fun. A human.
Human?
Yeah, you wouldn't have any powers, and I'd be able to track you around the house to get to this person that I can't see.
What do I get out of it?
I don't flip the other 17 cards, and you don't die, at least not in a parallel reality, but I promise you that, can't promise you it won't kill you when we get back.
But you can promise I'll be a human?
Oh no, you'll be a human inside a tiefling body with no power.
What? A human in a tiefling box? What? So I'm a human right now?
No, you're a tiefling. Look at you. You have horns, you have a tail, but you'd be human inside a tiefling body. And you'll have a human life, and you can be completely ordinary with horns and a tail, as much as that is possible.
But I'm just a regular people? Like, commoner stats? What?
And he flips another card. No, never mind. That's not a good enough idea. And so he's like, 15 more cards. I have to figure out what to do with you in 15 more cards, or you're going to be dead. And then I'm going to have to listen to the whole house cry about you being dead. But maybe it would bring me closer to the mystery person that I can't put my finger on.
I'll find them. I'm a detective after all.
So if I send you back, you'll go find the mystery person and bring them to me?
Deal.
I want all of the Hayward heirs. I want them all. I don't know how many there are in the house besides the two. There's somebody that's playing games, and I do not like it. It's my house, it's my rules, it's my game, and they don't get to be a part of it. Except to die. That is their job. One job.
How are you gonna know if I bring you everybody if you don't even know how many there are?
I summoned two. There is a third person in the house who seems to have my magic and is able to do things that they shouldn't be able to do. Which means either the last Hayward heir has finally gotten his powers somehow, or there is another. And I suspect you would know where that other person is.
What if I said these people were one and the same?
One and the same?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Guy that found his powers is the heir.
If he found his powers, then he should be dueling me, and take.
Oh, he found so many powers.
Then go get them for me, and I won't send you to. Oh, where would I send you? I can put you somewhere. I will make you a puppet. You will be my puppet, and you will do whatever I say. Or I'll just keep flipping cards and you'll die. Which do you like better?
Do I have a choice?
Not really, but you can pick
If you
one.
can puppet me, just puppet me then.
Hmm.
Otherwise, keep playing solitaire.
Okay, well, killing you in your sleep when your physical body's here still means your friends are going to be able to bring you back somehow. This is no fun.
Interesting.
And so, he...
And I just keep feeling the life slowly drain away from my spiritual form.
Yep.
Right?
However, at this point, you don't realize it, but Grayson has realized that, despite Grayson being Grayson, is sitting there, like, having this debate, watching Jorna and Paul. I probably should save him, huh? Sorry.
That would probably be the ideal situation, considering that you seem, or this house, or whatever is happening, seems to need all of us alive to deal with it.
I beg to differ.
And Paul gives you this look of, why?
Oh, you're...
Well, We are not all needed. That is for certain.
You are needed. You are one half of the foundation of Mother Earth. You descend from Gaia herself, Darius, although you've lost your way.
All I know is that if we all die, we win.
I don't think that's winning.
Oh, but it is. Because if we all die, our bloodlines do not continue, and therefore the owner of this esteemed estate will have no one else to call upon.
Can we just fix ourselves instead?
Yeah, I'm voting the I don't die route.
Or, and everybody hear me out, especially you, House, talking to you. You let me out, and I just go slay all of Greyhawk. Deal?
When you say slay, Archer, what do you mean?
Fade to black.
And Grayson looks over at Archer. No, you're not going to turn into your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. You are not going to slay anybody. You're going to be the heir to this house, and you're going to behave. As you are supposed to.
It's a little late for parenting advice, bro.
And he slams you against the wall and throws you up there and just ignores you for a minute.
Bye.
Am I still
Doesn't
stuck
go
against
straight
the
to
wall
the
then?
head.
Yeah, he
I'm just stuck against the wall.
he threw you
I
over.
reach in my pocket and grab a cigarette and like struggle to light it while I'm against the wall. I've always wanted to do that.
Well, you're stuck against the wall, and you light the cigarette, and the curtains go on fire. In the meanwhile, Cephalogia, Grayson decides that it's the better part of valor to save you because you are the portal to hell, and he needs you. And so he snaps his fingers, and up in the tower where Elric is, you disappear.
Cars!
And you reappear inside your body. Now, don't fall asleep again. Meanwhile, the thing is on fire because of Archer's cigarette.
Fall asleep. This
Wait.
isn't even my body.
So is Cephalogia back in the
Yes.
Okay, guys.
reality, or
He's
That sent me to a magic tower with that a-hole, and he was stealing energy out of my body
You
with
feel weaker, slightly,
steel cards.
but you're
What
in
happens if we die in a dream? Do we die in real life?
this house. You split your body into 4 parts. Ask Reed over there. And Reed just shakes his head.
So if we die in a dream, we die for real.
You're not going to die, Darius.
I am my own master of fate.
Oh, really? Do you think so? Your daughter holds your fate.
You seem to think that I still have one that I care for.
When this conversation is going on, I'm gonna wild shape into a bat and fly into the corner. He is out. I am into a bat, and I
literally just kind of
as far
go,
away as I can.
That's the
get a
best
little
use of wild
little
shape.
firebolt
Get
in
away
my
from
hand.
awkward conversation.
Come here, dear daughter. Let us play some catch.
If you hurt her, I will end you, Darius.
But you just said I cannot die.
You can't.
So how will you end me? You contradict yourself, spirit.
And at that point, Grayson walks over to this big thing, yanks out the sphere, and says, I'll have your soul. I put your soul back, and you turn into the nice, squishy detective you've always been.
Oh, please do not give me the thing I desire most.
Okay. And he throws it. And you watch it shatter on the ground and spit.
And so I throw a fireball at Jorna.
Alright, roll initiative.
I'm going to try and fucking or
Let's do it. Roll initiative.
everybody.
that's
Everybody
a
roll
nat-
initiative.
That's a nat 20 on initiative. by
I
the
got
way.
a 13.
I'm gonna look at you. You're just squished against the wall still, right? About to
No,
get
he's
set
no
on
longer
fire.
squished against the wall. He's got the wall on fire, though. All right. So,
Wait a second. If we burn the house down now and we go back, oh wait, it'll just be a.
what did you get, Jorna?
I got a 13.
All right, Paul.
And
9.
with that wild shape I did, I'm going to do symbiotic entity with it.
All right, Sid.
I got a 6.
Arch.
16 plus 3, 19.
All right, Seth.
16.
All right, Kurt's up first, or Darius is up first. He threw the fireball. Roll for a hit.
Stuff that's just confused right now.
There's a 21 hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
That.
Alright, and
8 is terrible portion of the deal.
what's 16 plus 9? 25. 25 fire damage to my little winged friend.
Are you down?
I'm definitely out of bat status, and I'm back to Jorna status, so I'll plop on the ground.
Okay.
But I'm still up.
Cool. Arch. You set the room on fire, and Darius is attacking Jorna, and Grayson is just sitting there looking at this, going, really, really. And Reed is just shaking his head.
This is kind of looking, trying to see what all I could even do.
In Archer's defense, he hasn't had to do anything except for pull levers and stuff.
Yeah, smoking cigarettes is not really an action in combat, is it?
You want to smoke a cigarette, you can do that.
That's a free action, sir.
Here, let me light that for you.
While they're all busy, I am going to cast Locate Object on the orb for Darius' soul.
And at this point, you get a path that takes you to the actual object, so you can go follow it.
And I'll move my speed toward that.
Cool. And Grayson decides he's going to follow you because he's not going to let you get killed.
Yeah, because I'm going to, ranger stuff. I'm like, oh, they're busy fighting. It's time for me to go get things done.
All right, Seth, what are you doing?
Do I want to help kill? Did I see Jordan transform? Wait, yeah, you pop back. Hold action till I figure out what the fuck's going on. I'm confused by all this. Yeah, I'll just.
Hold action.
keep
Cool.
going off, right?
So at this point, it's 13. Ray's turn.
Who do I blast?
Right.
Who do I blast?
I am going to take my action and just cast Bark Skin on myself. And I'm going to pick up a nearby object to hurl potentially on my next turn.
Okay.
That is all I can do.
Awesome. And then Paul?
Somebody with high perception would notice an internal struggle that is happening within Paul.
Not distracted, I would also recognize this out of my peripherals, which I
And then
Does being on fire count as mildly distracted?
and then I go like this and then I go walking up to Darius and I'm like, "It's going to be all right, my friend." And I put my hands on his shoulder and I'm going to inflict wounds onto Darius.
Yes!
Roll to hit.
It's gonna be okay, pal. Just die real quick.
I got a 19. That's the hilarious part.
Oh,
Does it
you
hit?
hit some. You hit some.
And let's do that at first level so it's not as too bad of an ouchie. And
Too bad of an ouchie, he says.
yes,
Bring the pain.
you will take 16 points of necrotic damage as it is drained from your body from my infliction of wounds upon you. It'll be all right, Darius. It'll be all right. It looks like a massage. Like I'm trying to cure wounds on him, but I'm actually just ripping into his flesh.
Yeah.
And
I'm
you
giving
keep-
him a massage, but giving him some.
And because Paul has an internal fight with himself, Darius gets an extra 10 points of electrokinesis damage.
Oh shit!
Sid,
Oh boy.
Like we were saying earlier, ultimate power.
Unlimited power.
what are you doing, Sid?
Yes. Just do it.
I'm gonna throw a dagger at Darius.
Alright.
Yes.
Roll to hit. Throw to hit.
Thanks,
Wait,
guys, for
wait,
figuring out
wait.
if we die in the dream, if we die in real life.
Do it.
I appreciate it.
Do it.
You attacked my roommate. 22.
Yes. Yes. Give in to your hate. Give in to the anger.
It's on my own. Okay, do I get sneak attack?
No, you're right in front of him.
Okay, 7.
And I am dead.
You are?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So Darius ends up back in his body, and he is mortally wounded. At
Does
this
he
point,
leave a dead body, or is there like a dead ghost image body there, or is it just like whoo, out of hit points and
at
gone?
this point, Archer would have grabbed Darius' soul, and Grayson, sensing all chaos is breaking loose in this room, breaks the hold on it, and since Darius and Archer are roommates, he is able to do whatever he wants to do with Darius' soul. In the meanwhile, Paul... In the meanwhile, everybody ends up back in their room. And in the meanwhile... Go ahead.
I have Darius' soul, though?
Yep, you have the orb.
Okay. Good enough.
And you are now in the room with Darius. Paul can sense somebody is mortally wounded. And everybody else is back in their room with the ghosts that are scared. And of course, Elric is destroying the house again. But the key thing is, Archer has Darius' soul, and Darius is mortally wounded. And he can obviously see that, even though he wasn't there.
Paul. So I'm back in my main room.
Yes.
Okay. Paul immediately rips open the door and starts to run towards that feeling.
Okay. And you would find Archer and Darius' room being where that feeling is.
I would then like to cast. I would like Archer to do a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay. It's going to be 8.
You have been held. I have cast Hold Person upon you.
Oh!
Here comes the Reaper.
Is anybody else doing anything now that they're back in their rooms from this paradox image of things and...
So I'm just back in my room now?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure you saw me bolt out of the room.
Yeah, you saw
Yeah.
Paul running like a madman down the hallway.
Oh, he was in a hurry. Wonder what that was about.
Are you gonna go investigate it?
I'm still trying to figure out about the back in time and the tower.
Okay, Sid, Dorna, are you doing anything?
I feel like I'm looking at Dorna like, what just happened?
Jorna is going to continue to lay in her bed and just start crying.
And at this moment, Jorna, okay, I totally missed whatever it was, but Kidoki then. At this point, Jorna is going to notice that she herself is bleeding in the same spots where Darius was attacked. So Jorna's laying in bed noticing this.
And crying.
So wait, I just noticed that my wounds have transferred over from the dream into my real body.
No, you're noticing that these wounds would be way more severe, but they're not killing you. But you're noticing them, so you know that obviously something has gone very astray. Your perception is high enough to where you're getting this like you're feeling the very essence of your deity at this point. Like there's something severely has gone wrong.
She would probably just continue to lay there. She would reach probably over into her bag if she was able and get out her moss and her mushrooms and kind of make a salve and druidcraft just a little bit of something to put on there to help congeal whatever's going on, and probably just take a minute to herself.
And as you're doing this, you're going to get a vision that if you and Darius fall, Autumn Hall cannot be saved. And then you don't have the vision anymore. Sid, are you doing anything?
Yes, my daughter. Let the hall fall.
He's laying in bed half dead. Pay no attention to him right now. What are you doing, Sid?
Oh, goodness. Well, Jorna's having a moment. Which is understandable.
I think we're all having
Jordan's having a moment.
And
We're going to look out in the hallway and see if she can tell where other people are.
you can
right now.
you can see that the door to Cephalogia and Paul's room is open, and you can see the door to Darius and Archer's room is open. And that's about all you can see at this point.
I'm gonna hope that the house doesn't move, and I'm gonna go to Paul's room.
Okay. So in Paul's room, you find Cephalogia.
What's going on?
And
You tell.
I want to go to the tower. I feel like there's this guy there that has some life cards for me. I don't know if it's in this reality, dreamscape. Are we awake right now?
yes, you're in the real Autumn Hall, awake, alert, and in your real bodies. And Darius is nearly dead. Jorna
She is kind of questioning that.
Jorna
She's
is
questioning
bleeding
reality right now.
and having visions. Sid is suddenly... Items are starting to be thrown around the room because it's of Sid. And you are getting screams
Why are you
from...
throwing items around her? What? Oh.
She doesn't know she's doing it. But things are moving around the room.
This is new. What is moving? My stuff? Is it my stuff?
She's in your room, yes.
And it's just like going around like Ghostbusters, not like
She's upset and things are flying. Whatever, like a book goes off and hits you, or you know.
Calm down. Calm myself. What is this?
But I hope those filing cabinets don't open up.
Yes, my files.
And the filing cabinet opens up and it starts doing this.
Okay, yeah. Sid. I'm just staring at Sid. And what?
And then we are going to pan over to Archer and Paul and Darius, who are in a precarious situation right now.
Paul smugly walks up to Archer and takes the soul out of his hand.
Whoa. Hold on.
You held.
You already held me. So
Okay.
at that point, the first thing that I would do, seeing you walk in a room and go like, and then all of a sudden I can't move. I'm not paralyzed, right? I just can't move. I can't.
Whole person is paralyzed.
You're paralyzed completely?
Yeah, dude, you held. Damn.
Does he get a roll to see if he's
At the end of each of its turns, the target can make another wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so make another wisdom saving throw for the end of your last turn.
I'm sure I made it 19.
Yeah, that'll break it.
Okay, there we go.
I'm going to grapple you then.
All right.
Don't you hold me. I'll
And,
hold you.
and meanwhile, right now, Darius is is going to have a shared vision with Jorna on the astral plane, and they can talk about whatever they want. And it's Darius, not Soul is Darius, just Darius, and Jorna just being Jorna. There's no third finagling going around, but they are both on the astral plane at this point. Jorna is not close to death. Darius is very close to death.
She would not be happy. She would not be happy. She would not want to say anything. She would be so upset and so confused and so conflicted. I think she would just start screaming. To be really honest, I think she would just start screaming.
And so your screaming will now be heard throughout.
My dear, no one can hear you scream here. Believe me, I've tried.
And she's screaming, this poor thing.
Yeah. She just eventually just stops screaming and falls to her knees and just fucking sits there, confused.
You having a bit of an issue?
I don't know what's going on, and I don't even know who you are, even though I'm supposed to be told who you are, and I don't remember you like I thought I would, and I just don't know how to handle any of this.
Well, at least you, my dear, have the ability to grab a handle on it. Meanwhile, my soulless self has, through this fine viewing apparatus we call a television, has allowed me to see that he has indeed cracked the code. And unfortunately, this is not going to end well for anyone.
I realize that slowly and surely.
However, congratulations on being my daughter. I loathe the orc species with a fiery zeal that defies our logic. Therefore, I am of the opinion your
I
mother
will
took
cast
it.
primal savagery on myself. I will walk up to him. I will grab him by the lapel of his jacket, and I will put my nails right up to his chin.
My dear, we are on an astral plane. It will do nothing.
And Reed, who is actually separated on different planes of existence, goes, "You can't turn on each other. That's what this house wants. It feeds on chaos. It feeds on discord."
Well, what if we give it nothing to feed?
And so we go back to Paul, Darius's body, and Archer.
We all take it back.
Yeah, Archer has successfully grappled me.
All right, Archer, you
strength
got
is-
him grappled.
The strength is weak.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got a 19 on that bad boy. So at this point, I'm gonna tell him you either drop it or you die. Because I've been seeing him do all kinds of freaky stuff, right? Yeah.
But I'm trying to save you, you fool.
Drop it or die. Those are your options.
Save him, good doctor.
So the reaping hole is in my chest, right?
It is your whole body. Like they
all
just
right.
walk through you. It's kind of
So like I can't just squeeze on this orb that I'm holding and just all of a sudden absorb his soul, right? All right.
Damn it. That's kind of what I was hoping for.
Kind of what I was hoping for too. Oh well. He relents. He relents.
He drops it.
Yeah, he drops it.
So what happens when he drops the orb?
What happens when he drops the orb? How far was it held above the ground?
Probably.
We were both
chest
kind
height.
of on the ground, weren't we?
No, you had. I grappled you. I didn't take you to the ground.
Oh, okay.
It was like a headlock kind of deal. So like 3-4 feet up.
All right, so you got it like this.
So it almost hits the ground, but Grayson had a whole point to his getting to that plane of existence, and he appears and grabs it, and he looks at frickin' Paul and snaps his neck and puts him over there. You can't kill death. And he looks at Archer and throws it over to Darius, and his soul is now returned to his body, and he is no longer on the astral plane. He is Darius, and he is just severely wounded, so it would be cool to have a healer. Meanwhile, Paul is technically dead. He won't stay that way. He's only going to be dead for about 3 minutes or so, because he is death. He can't actually die.
Wait,
Would
you can't
somebody
die?
bother to tell me what has happened? I feel like horse manure.
So whoever is a healer at this point, or a potion, or somebody, what is Archer
I
going
give
to
him
do?
one good berry. I hold on to the other 9. They're
Alright.
mine.
It's just no K-berry.
Alright. And
That was quite a good berry.
Pretty
alright.
good, right? I mean, they're pretty good. I like them.
So Jorna at this point notices all those wounds that she thought were hers is no longer. They're closing and they're healing, and at the same time they're doing it on Darius. And meanwhile, we have Sid, who is doing what?
Throw my crap around.
Apparently. I'm gonna go, since obviously Cephalogia does not know what is happening, I will probably go into the next room.
You will see
Darius.
You will see Paul on the floor with his neck snapped. You will see Archer sitting there like, what is going on? Darius is starting to heal, and Grayson is just sitting there shaking his head.
I'm probably going to yell at Darius, what the hell?
You tell me.
Did you or did you not just try and kill Jorna?
And Jorna, at this point in her room, is getting all kinds of flowers and stuff glowing around her.
She probably would just continue to lay there, because that would be really comforting in that moment.
She's got flowers going around her. She's got spores and all sorts of fun things. Meanwhile, we're back with Paul laying on the floor, and
I kind of like
Darius.
nudge Paul's body, like with my foot. I know you ain't dead. Quit playing.
At the
I have
moment,
such
he seems dead.
I twitch back and I start to put myself together again, and like the snapping of the neck, like the neck just grossly just pops back into place, and it just kind of slowly stands up. I have such a headache right now.
You and me both.
At this point, Archer would be like rearranging his entirely two-fitted clothes because he's got a like fitted suit on. So like he's like retucking his shirt in because he had to grapple and stuff. It's not his style.
And Grayson looks over at him, looking at your clothing, and he points over at you, and you get a whole, like, formalized Hayward family type outfit that matches, like, the house. And he shrugs and walks by, going back to his dungeon.
I got a Hayward outfit sell out. I got an outfit upgrade. Shut up.
And you notice at this point you have the Hayward family ring too, and it's gigantic emerald with surroundings. Obviously it's a family heirloom.
Oh, it's got to be gaudy. I mean, look at this place. Is there at least like a penguin tailcoat on this outfit? Like,
You're the Duke of Ravenwood. Figure it out.
yeah, there's a penguin tailcoat on this Duke, on my Duke threads. There's no reason not to.
And Grayson goes back down his hallway and disappears. Meanwhile, everybody in this house has been through a whole heck of a lot. What is everybody doing?
I'm cleaning up all my crap that's Sid knocked all over the place and putting it back where it was.
I lean forward as much as I can through my ailing body, and I tap Renault and be like, "Doctor, it's really me."
It's really me as well. I would like to cure you. I'm going to cure wounds on Darius. I apologize for any inconvenience my other self may have done.
Oh no, your other self is a riot.
And you will have 8 points back because I rolled poorly on that. So.
Hey,
Someone who has only been themselves this entire time. What the hell?
I just kind of look. I look over and said, Sid. For the past few weeks, how do I put this? I have been soulless, and you have been dealing with the purely logical side of myself, not so much the emotional side of myself. Me and the good doctor had
where we have to worry about you, checking in and out.
No. You see, unlike the good doctor here, I am not also occupied by death. I just merely bring it about.
No, at this point, Darius is going to realize that his time on the astral plane has left a very unique view into things. Unlike Death, who can see death, Darius is connected to the earth, and earthbound magic, being what he is, and he is going to realize that he is going to start suddenly not knowing what reality is real, because his soul has noticed now that he's like, okay, this is maybe real. You no longer can tell all the time if you're in a real reality or you're watching it through a viewing screen.
Okay.
And Jorna, in her room, is visited by a wolf, and this wolf is now her familiar, and it is an animal that is bound to her. She can summon it, but it is invisible to anybody who is not Jorna, although it can still cause damage and act as if it is a real wolf.
Cool. Now have a specter wolf.
Yes, basically it's a specter wolf.
I will make the wolf come cuddle with me in my weird spore flower bed.
And what you're noticing is this spore flower bed is basically healing. Like, it actually heals you. Not only is it a comforting thing for you as a druid, but this design that is created and this wolf that was created, it's actually something that heals you. So as much as the house is scaring you, the house has also allowed for more magic to flow freely as a druid. And what you are beginning to realize through yourself is that this is a vision of basically you are literally you and Darius's link to being familiar, links through the same thing, are rooting this ground back to the earth rather than it being completely dependent on arcane magic. Meanwhile, Cephalogia is still sitting in her room cleaning up things.
Yo.
What are you doing?
I guess I'm done cleaning up then. Everybody else is hanging out. I guess I'll go see what they're doing, and then even more confused.
Sid, what are you doing? Are you in the room with all of them?
Yep.
Alright, so there are 5 of you in one room and Jorna's in the other room. What are the 5 of you doing?
Well, I found out that Darius is not crazy anymore, so that's good.
Darius was crazy?
Although I probably still have my daggers out, because I don't trust that. And
Okay.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I feel rather exhausted, and I would like to go back to my room and rest, if you may.
All right.
Read.
That's what the doctor's doing. That's what I'm doing.
All right.
Our room's a mess. I didn't do it. Sid.
It doesn't matter to me. I need a bed, and I need to put my face in my pillow.
And at this point, Sid, what are you going to do?
Guess I'll go back and check on Jordan.
You feel when you do this, you suddenly end up on the astral plane, and your body is now possessed by your father, Reed, who is attempting to help save the house, and the only way that he could do that was to send you to the astral plane. And so you are now on the astral plane, looking at yourself being stuck on the normal plane, being played by somebody that you don't even know. You don't realize who stole your body at this point, and you didn't even realize it was possible.
Par for the course. All right. Yep.
Yep.
So at this point, Reed goes back to takes Sid's body, who you are now playing Reed, and goes back to the room and goes back to his bedroom and looks at Jorna's door and decides no, not doing that, and goes back. So at this point, Archer and Darius, what are we doing?
Going to sleep and hopefully waking up feeling somewhat refreshed.
All right, Archer.
Okay, you can have one more good berry. Just one.
Was it like the first samples? Is it the first samples free, sir? Is that
Something like that. It's very similar. Actually, my little fat mouse companion will come out and he will eat the other, 6 good berries. He's entirely too chubby, this mouse.
Your little rodent friend has quite the appetite.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be like Lembas braid, where all of a sudden you're afraid that the mouse is going to explode?
I didn't give him rice. I didn't give him dried rice.
Oh, that's true.
Good.
He's just full for the next week.
Yeah, he just want me to eat for a week.
So all of you go back to your room and go to sleep. Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
All right. So the next morning, you guys wake up and
Having dreams. I didn't go to any planes of existence or anything, did I? I was just regular
you had a
goals.
good old-fashioned, boring, run-of-the-mill dream of whatever Cephalogia dreams about. What are all you going to do now that you've refreshed? You've gotten over that craziness with being sent to different planes of existence and Back to the Future. What are we doing?
I think we should go to that tower.
All right, so you wake up, go downstairs for breakfast. There you go.
So yeah, that one guy, that big a-hole, he's at that tower and he has cards for everybody. I saw cards for everybody, and he's going to take all of our life energy.
You're all in the same room. You're all having mage-made breakfast.
I think the goal is to take him out before he can do that.
Playing with our life essence. That's not.
But we can't kill him yet.
I have less cards than everybody. I don't think I'm much longer for this world.
I guess we gotta go fast.
You down a bunch of cards.
I will go send my familiar to scout in the general direction of that tower, but it probably won't make it anywhere near that tower. But we'll try.
Roll perception for your eyeball.
Oops, stats. 12.
You find a room that looks like a childhood room. And that's where your eyeball stops.
There's nursery here. That's awkward. That's a thing. Okay.
Like a nursery?
Is it a nursery?
Yep.
All right. Yes, like a nursery. But I didn't see any ghost kids in there, so at least we got that going for us.
Okay.
Not yet.
Ugh. Although, that's my eyes just like hanging out there. Yeah.
All right. So is everyone going towards the nursery?
I think
Yeah.
so.
All right. So everybody's going to the nursery. You're all going together. At this point, Sid and Archer fall through a hole in the ground, and the rest of you don't really notice it because they're behind you. But the rest of you head towards the nursery. And when you get to the nursery, what do you do?
Get my familiar over and then look around the nursery. Oh, yeah. It's a nursery. It's gonna get creepier. You guys sure you want to go in this?
Jorna just opened the
Somebody's mic isn't working. Jorna? Yep, that's you. Your surround sound. It sounds like you changed to your computer from your headset.
You got it. So yeah, this nursery, no children in here, which is good. But yeah, it creeps me out.
So this
Do
door
not like-
to the nursery slams closed, and you are now stuck in the nursery. All four of you.
I knew it could only get creepier. Now, got the door that slammed behind us. So, do I see any other doors?
No.
Still looks like a regular nursery.
Yes. Now we're going to pan over to Sid and Archer, who have fallen down into a dungeon area that is underneath Autumn Hall.
Okay. So you've had both the dragon last week and dungeons this week. Mission accomplished.
Reverse order, but still counts.
Right?
And in this area, you are seeing there's a wasp's nest, which looks kind of ominous, and other darkly type magic things. What do you do?
Alright, so I think they kept going.
Are we in like a hallway? What?
It's a dungeon. It looks like a classic dungeon where people would be thrown and put there for trials, whatever.
Okay.
So is it like one big room, or is there like a bunch?
Multiple chambers, multiple doors. It's about
On this wasp.
2 8x10 rooms that are cut off into sections.
Okay.
Don't put that on this wasp nest.
If there's gonna be ghosts anywhere, I feel like this would be a spot.
Can I see any of the wasps?
Yes. But
Okay.
roll intelligence.
15.
There is a poof from the wall, and you guys roll both a d100.
Oh, that doesn't bode well. 66.
Okay.
72.
So, Sid, you are now blind, and Archer can no longer hear. And
What?
Yes.
Exactly.
And at this point, we go back to the 4 that are in the nursery.
Again, this seems rather ominous.
So what are you doing in the nursery? Are you looking through it? Are you trying to find something? Do you
Well, detect magic generally is kind of a moot point in this place.
I can't hear you.
Hold on.
I think it's your.
Do I see any like little blocks spelling out anything ominous, like kill?
You see a marionette puppet.
Oh God.
Can I cast detect magic and do a sweep of the room?
Yes. Go ahead and roll.
Wait a second. I wasn't
That's
supposed
a
to.
22.
You find inside the room that there are books, like children's fairy tale books, and they are very much enchanted.
I do not want to go any further. I'm terribly afraid of the ventriloquist of those dolls.
Yes,
And
I would like to Eldritch Blast that. That thing's giving me the creeps. I do not like it.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
18 and a 12 to hit.
So at this point, you have these guys who are the puppets. There are several puppets now puppeting. You killed the first puppet, but it really, there's another one that came up. And you're starting to realize these are childhood nightmares that people tell you aren't real. And so you see at this point 2 beady eyes staring at you from the closet.
It's one of them puppets.
Well, hello there! Hello, eyes!
It's another blast. Alright. Okay, so a 13 and a 15.
Well, you kill the thing in the closet, and at this point, you see behind you that there's is the Tooth Fairy, and she has 2 sets of pliers, and she's trying to come towards you guys with pliers.
Continue to Eldritch Blast everything in this creepy room.
Yes! Blow the room up! Destroy everything!
Okay, that's a 13 and a 16.
What is Darius and Jorna doing?
For once, I'm just gonna kind of
Yeah,
back up
I'm
towards
good.
Yeah, just.
Yeah.
And so the Tooth Fairy...
The Eldritch
I
Blast.
literally this. Miss Ash, has it always been like this?
I could not tell you. I could not tell you. I am not. This is all new to me too.
And then you see the big bad wolf that would be from Little Red Riding Hood, the fairy tales coming
Eldritch
out.
Blast.
And you're
Now-
starting to get more of these characters coming out of every time you Eldritch Blast, it seems like another horror story comes to life.
You're acting like that's gonna stop me. They all die. I will just continue.
For once, I am in agreement with our double-blooded friend, and I just start chucking fucking fireballs.
And witch bolts!
I'm going to
Unstoppable
cast
now.
a halo of spores around me, and I'm just gonna sit there like Daria and just like sit there like this with like this giant infestation of spores swirling around me, and anything that comes within a 10-foot radius, I can deal necrotic damage to it. So don't come
Confound it, woman! Don't you have anything offensive?
And so at this point, everything stops, and there's a mirror in front of you.
A what?
A mirror. And now we're gonna spin around to Sid and Archer, one is now unable to see and one is unable to hear.
I
And
saw this movie.
and they are in a dungeon, which you can now clearly tell is full of traps.
Okay. So I can see Sid, but I see that she's like staring blankly.
who turned out all the lights? But you don't hear that.
And I would see your mouth moving though.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, oh no. And I'd probably like eventually pick up that she can't see, right?
Yeah.
So I would go and like put my hand on her shoulder and like, I don't know if you can hear me, but it's Archer.
Yeah?
I'd see your mouth moving at least, that you said yeah. We gotta get out of this dungeon. So...
And so what you notice now is there are pressure plates all across this dungeon that lead to this big arch over there. And you're going to have to work together because one of you cannot hear, one of you cannot see, and make sure that none of the traps go off.
Okay. At this point, I would tell her we're going to have to move forward. I can't hear anything. And you can't see anything.
Nope.
I guess I would probably be saying like, oh, we have to move forward. You can't. Yeah, and then I would tell her that, I'll be the eyes, and if you hear anything, clicks or any traps about to get set off, give me like a shoulder tap or something.
Okay.
Otherwise, like, I'll put my arm around her shoulder so that we can walk forward without her getting behind, and yeah.
Alright, yeah, you're gonna have to drive this one, because...
So what Sid hears is, as they're doing this, is you hear a hiss in the wall. You can't see it, but you can hear it. As where Archer can't hear it, but he can't see anything in the wall. Or vice versa. Somebody's blind. Which one's blind? It's Sid, right?
Blind.
Yeah, Sid's blind, so she can't see it, and Archer, you can hear it, he can't. So he can look there, but it's basically the pressure plates. They make this. It's kind of like the air pressure, but magical.
So can I use that to kind of tell where I need to go?
Yes.
Awesome.
But Archers, you got to work together to get across it. So while you puzzle that out for a minute, we're going to go back to the magic mirror that is now before the four of them in the room.
Do we get 7 years bad luck?
You're noticing this mirror doesn't rightly reflect the room that you're in.
In what way?
Something is off about it. Normally you would see yourself in the mirror, but you're not seeing yourself. You're seeing something else. But it looks like it should be the room you're in. There
Paul
are
walks.
Go ahead.
I say Paul walks right up to it and just kind of gives it one of these, trying to make a reflection appear, but obviously doesn't.
I go up and put my hand on Paul's shoulder to try and pull him back. Doctor, last time I had seen you anywhere near a reflective surface, it was not the greatest of endeavors. So let's just keep you away from them for the time being.
And then he kind of looks at you and just goes, "You touched me. Do you want me to touch you again? Get you a nice back rub?"
What?
and then he's just like, "Never mind. Unhand me."
What does Jorna and Cephalogia doing?
I'm staying far away from that mirror. I'm not going near it.
What is Seth doing?
I'll send my little familiar over there. Just go bounce off it.
And he falls inside of the mirror.
I knew it. Can I still see what they see, or is they on another plane of existence?
It looks like it's somewhere in Autumn Hall.
All right, I'm going through this mirror.
Just as Seth begins to move towards it, Paul just kind of does a, "Yep, I'm in it now."
Oh, so you went through too. All right, so
Yeah.
Seth and Paul fall through it, and they end up flat on their face in a room that looks exactly like the room that they just left, although clearly it is not, because there is no Darius and Jorna in the room. And at this point, you're starting to see these little. It's all doing again, the little marionettes and all the nightmares from your dream.
Well, shall we
Oh,
sacred
fire.
flame this room?
Good work. Nice. That is a 24 and a 19 for. So, that's going to be 12 damage.
Alright, you kill it. And at this point, you open a hole that looks like a vortex of some kind. It's a red vortex, but for Paul it would be like, oh, I didn't go in there. For you, it's like, huh.
Yeah, I wouldn't go near that.
It's in my eyeball.
And you have opened a portal to hell.
How'd I do that? I did, personally?
Mhm.
Just now? With one Eldritch Blast? Nice. Alright, I thought you'd be level 20, dude. Alright, so, cool. So my eyeball, I send it through there, and then obviously different plane of existence, so
Autumn
I
Hall.
lost my
Autumn
connection.
Hall opened a portal to hell.
Alright, so I still have my connection, I can see what my eyeball sees down there?
Yeah, and you
Alright.
can be as puzzled as you would like.
I'll just stand by the portal. I guess I'll try and peek in it.
What are you doing, Paul?
Like, how are you peeking in it? Are you like leaning all the way towards it?
No.
Yeah, close. Like trying to get an angle. Like trying to get an angle at it.
Oh.
It's all swirly and stuff.
That's interesting. How do I want to do this? Because he's crazy. Paul is going to try to shove you.
Dex saving throw.
My back is arched. Alright. That's a 12.
Ow. Oh, that is not good. And so she goes through the portal to hell, and it closes behind
Bye!
her. Oh no.
Bye!
What is Darius and Jorna doing?
I mean, okay. So
I'm going to just turn around and try
yeah, but
and.
we didn't see that, right? Because
Or do
didn't
we
go
see that through the
first
mirror?
You saw it through the mirror.
Even the happy glee of bye!
Look, Miss Ash, I don't like you, and you certainly do not like me, but I'm for getting the hell out of this room, lest we actually go to hell, it appears.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk out of the. I'm gonna try to get out of the room.
And at this point,
I'm just gonna walk away. I'm gonna leave him. I'm just gonna leave him in there.
and at this point, you see little porcelain dolls dancing around you and Darius in the room.
Eldritch Blast.
They're the same porcelain dolls that haunted Archer and Sid not so long ago. They're
Fireball, 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 fireball,
Don't
fireball.
kill us! We're here to help you!
Yeah, I'm just gonna
No,
start
you're
like whacking
not.
him on the head like whack-a-mole style with my staff.
You are satanic little creatures from hell, and I shall send you back.
So Paul right now is stuck in a mirror. And, these little guys have opened a creepy door for you that leads allegedly back to the hallway, but it certainly doesn't look like your guys' hallway. And
It's not the room with the door to hell. So
and Sid and Archer, what are you doing?
Well, he's gonna try and I think lead Sid out, and she's going to try and like let him know by either pointing or tapping where she hears the hissing coming from, so that we can hopefully avoid that.
I'm glad I'm in hell and not the dungeon.
So do we need to make like perception checks or
Yes.
anything like that?
Perception checks.
Oh, please do not roll that. Oh boy.
7.
You fail.
12.
You fail. So the first trap goes off, and on either side of you, there are bubbles that are coming down at you rapidly that do not look like conventional bubbles.
Okay.
I
Interesting.
don't see anything, so I'm fine.
No, but you hear.
That does not sound good.
What does Archer do?
Probably try to move forward if I can get away from these bubbles, but it doesn't seem like I'm gonna be able to get away from these bubbles. So
You can roll a dex saving throw.
Do I feel him trying to get away?
Yes.
Can I also attempt to go forward with him?
Yep.
Alright.
15.
You are able to move forward.
That's a 8.
You move forward, but you stumble and you hit another pressure plate, which sends out another, a swarm of locusts.
Oh goodness. I don't like this one.
What do we do about these locusts?
Are they attacking me, or can I like?
No, they're
try
just
and-
annoying. They don't hurt
Okay.
you. They're just loud and annoying. And so for your ears being very perceptive right now, it's like...
Alright. I'm guessing that is interfering with my ability to get out of here without triggering anything.
If you would have rolled higher, no. But it's kind of the running joke of your dice at this point.
Honestly, at this point. Yep. So, alright, I'm going to try and find Archer so we can continue trying to get out and try not to step on any more pressure plates.
Okay, and so at this point, we are now in hell with Cephalogia and his patron, Gilgamesh, who just shakes his head.
You're in hell with me?
I'm saying,
Get us out of here, patron. Come on.
I'm working
You
on
got
it.
me here? I can't do. What do you want me to... Okay. I know you're like new to being my patron and you just got my like soul coin and everything, but I'm a warlock that has needs. And yeah, one of those needs is probably not getting burned alive. Like what do you need from me, Gilgy? Can I call you Gilgy? I do like his hair. I really do like his hair. I'm impressed by the physique and everything. But yeah, what do you want from me as your new warlock?
Not to fall through portals to hell and make me go through 7 different channels to get here.
You did all that for me. I feel so special.
Don't. You're part of the people that need to save Autumn Hall. There has to be a portal to hell. There has to be a portal to Earth.
There has to be a portal to hell. Well, then shouldn't you be saying, "Good job, Cephalogia. You go-getter, you"?
I would have said
You
that
found it.
if you didn't fall in.
Oh, well, I didn't really fall in. I'm pretty sure I felt. I think I felt something push
Yes,
me.
death pushed you, but death is also
Death.
fractured personalities, which also Autumn Hall needs.
Why does Autumn Hall need so much messed up stuff? Is there any good, nice stuff Autumn Hall needs, like a puppy? Autumn Hall really needs a puppy.
Jordan has the puppy.
Autumn Hall really needs some nice new drapes to pull this room together. Or why is it all horrible bad things?
Ask Elric, who has broke the fabric of reality here. Autumn Hall is so much bigger than what you see.
Elric again. He's the guy that has my cards.
Yes, I had to go through 7 or 8 different channels to fix that too.
Oh, so you have my cards now?
No.
Oh,
simply-
well then how is that fixed? That sounds pretty broken.
You have 17 cards left. If you die with 17 cards, I'm not bringing
I'm
you
about
back
to
again.
update my notes. I had 18. It's down to 17 cards.
Elric suppressed an entire world into this house.
Suppressed them.
It must have an heir. It must have heaven or the deities. It must have earth. It must.
Wait, I know about you now.
It must also have death. And each of you, including the 2 heirs, represent everything this house needs to free itself. It's slow in building, but it is necessary to get you guys all together. And I think Jorna dropped. Unless Darius, you still there? Yeah, okay, your eyeballs are moving. So it's just Jorna.
I'll just try not to move and see what happens.
Anyways, I'm sending you back. But I'm sending you back to sit with death and you two can commiserate in the mirror. And
We're not
so,
really friends. Send me back to the mirror?
yes. Because
I don't mean to make you do all that work. Is hell that bad? Is hell that bad? Do I need a perception check? How bad is this particular hell I'm in?
you're in the 9th hell.
Ooh, fancy. All right. Yeah, please get me out of here, please. I don't want to be here.
I take your soul again, but it's not worth it because I already have your soul on my contract.
You got my soul, but you don't have those 17 cards.
Here is your quest. Yeah, you must keep Darius alive despite himself.
Darius? I thought I had to keep Archer alive. Or is that the other one's job?
Grayson wants Archer alive because he is the last living, legitimate line of the Haywards. Sid needs to live because there must be 2.
Mm-hmm.
Jorna and Darius are the roots of earth and air due to their magic abilities. Jorna earth,
They have to
Darius
stay
air.
alive.
Paul
I
is
follow.
death. You are hell. Together, in theory, all of your powers will release this house from its curse and restore it to how it is intended to be restored.
When our powers combine.
Yes.
I see. All right. Well, I gotta keep him alive. She gotta keep him alive. Who keep me alive?
17 cards before I reap you. Or, well, more specifically, Paul reaps you. I get you to cook in hell.
That doesn't sound like a very good deal.
It's incentive. You sold your soul for your power. What did you expect?
Well, a better Eldritch Blast, honestly.
You don't have Eldritch Blast anymore. Keep talking.
I don't have Eldritch Blast anymore. This deal is null and void. I turn my back.
And he pushes you down into the hell and just sits there, listening to you.
I found the 10th level.
Are you going to... And he snaps and you're back in the same room as Paul.
With Eldritch Blast or without Eldritch Blast?
No Eldritch Blast.
I'm back in the same room as Paul, but there's no portal of hell anymore.
Not that you can see.
I'm going to try and go through that same where it was. I'm going to bend over and be like, Paul, push me again.
Nope, it's not there.
But it's not there anymore. What are you doing here? You're supposed to be trapped.
Let me guess, the layout is now wonkety.
That would be my guess because everything moved.
The only person
I don't have Eldritch Blast. Gilgamesh?
Okay, so Ray's gonna come back in a minute, I think.
Gilgamesh, huh? What?
So what are you
This
doing
dude that
now,
runs
Darius?
his house is powerful enough. I'm gonna go make a pact with him. He already has like my life force. It's pretty much like having my soul.
What is Darius doing?
I have no idea.
So my Eldritch Blast away.
I'm kind of trying to come to terms where I think that my soul was better off not in my body because my complexion has not improved at all. And well, what? He will try to, I guess, kind of advance a little bit, try and see, now that we're in the hallway of mysteriousness, where we are now, because obviously this is not the same place we once were.
And there is a large box at the end of the hallway. Justin.
Ooh. Boxes. I'm going to go open a box.
And you notice the box is locked. There's a skeleton on the top, there are birds on the top, and it looks like there is a puzzle that needs to be done. And as you and Joanna are sorting that puzzle box out, I'm going to go over to Sid and Archer, who are in the midst of trying to move forward. Perception checks, if you please.
The gauntlet.
Sorry. I just almost fell out of the chair. 21.
You are able to get yourself and Sid past laser-like beams. They're actually lightning bolts. And at this point, you have recognition, and you realize this was a place where people used to escape. Where people thought that they could get out of this house. And it was built not to keep people necessarily in, but to get out. And it was a trap to hopefully never anybody could get back in. And then as soon as the vision comes, it goes. And
Oh, so we're headed the wrong way.
yeah, you're headed the wrong way.
We get out. We go out. We go back the other way.
We go
These
back
traps.
there.
Yeah, we just had a vision about the traps, keeping people out, or keeping people out. So
What are the tattoos doing while they're down there?
Their tattoos, when they're together, they glow very, very brightly.
Wait, did I see the vision also?
Yes, because every time you guys work together in the capacity, you basically have a familial link that links you, so you both get the same. It's why you're able to do what you're doing. Is
Okay.
you basically become a unit able to do things together, which is how the house intends it.
Interaction.
So now you're going backwards. Roll perception. Sid.
22.
And you are able to get through it, rolling through the last part of going backwards stage. And you now are at a double door leading to Autumn Hall, in which has a cup that is at the base of the door. Not completely at the bottom, but it's waist high. And while you're doing that, we're Cephalogia and Paul. Or Cephalogia and Paul.
Paul. Which Paul? Okay, that Paul. Thank you very much. I still got my familiar there. I hold out my hand, and then it goes in my hand like it does. But then I throw it on the floor, and I stomp the shit out of it because I'm pissed. I forsake this pact. I am done here. Gilgamesh. It's nice that you give me all this attention, but I could really use my Eldritch Blast. Do I not have detect thoughts anymore either? I'm going to try to detect Paul's thoughts.
Whatever Paul's thinking, you can know.
So that still works. All right. That's good to know. But then I try just Eldritch Blast. And what happened? Do I Eldritch Blast?
You send out a layer of confetti.
Wait, actually, I like this. Confetti ray! Paul, hold on a second. Don't move. We'll try and confetti blast him in the face.
And you confetti blast him in the face. And
I don't
confetti
even roll
goes
for
all
it?
around him.
Is it a D10 worth of confetti damage?
No.
Okay, well then that's BS, and I want my Eldritch Blast back.
What is Paul doing?
He's been confettied in the face.
Yeah, he's been confettied in the face. Party
But
time.
what is Paul feeling? What is Paul thinking?
He's still looking around, seeing how he can get out, but he's also slightly miffed that Cephalogia has returned.
Cephalogia is too. I would have rather stayed in hell with Eldritch Blast than come back up here in material plane with no
Yeah,
blast.
he's looking for a way out of his current predicament, because the portal is gone.
What you
I confetti blast at the mirror.
and you notice it, the confetti blast goes through it, and it sprinkles Jorna and Darius.
Oh, then I just step out and go, ha!
And you're back with Jorna and Darius.
Hello again!
That took you long enough.
I know, and I brought someone with me.
Is Cephalogia going to go back through there?
No more portal to hell, and there's no other way out of this room I'm in. I don't. The only other thing in the other room's creepy children's toys and nightmares and stuff.
No, now there's a box down the hallway, and Jorna and Darius went to look at the box.
And I can see that through this mirror.
Come look at the box with me.
All right, I'll go look at the box. And I will
Okay, so
just
you're out of that
continually-
mirror.
I'm going to continually confetti blast a trail of confetti behind us.
Okay. And so, Jorno, you're watching this confetti go all around you, and you and Darius are at this. You see these little critters on top of this box. Do you want to do an investigation check? Do you want to try and open it? It's locked.
I want to cast Speak with Animals and talk to the little things on top of the box.
Hello! We have treasures! But we
Are
don't
you gonna kill us for these treasures? Is there a
No.
loophole?
There's no...
I'm trying to...
There's no loopholes. You just have to open us. And you have to put us in the order. And our order is something to do with how we move. And so you have a little bird, and you have a little squirrel, and a little, moth, and things that you have to order.
Do I have to order them before I open the box?
Yes.
I'm gonna move them around in whatever order I assume that they're in, because I have no idea what type of order they should be in.
Make sure you put us flying first.
Then I will do flying first and arrange them in the order that they need to be in.
And you and Paul and Seth and Darius open this thing, and all of you roll me 2 D20s and tell me the number.
The high one or the low one?
Whatever it is. So if it's two 20s, then it's 40. If it's whatever.
Oh.
13.
13. Okay.
24.
All right. So hold on. 13.
7.
2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So, Darius, you now have a legendary item While wearing this armor, you can speak a command spell to gain the effects of an Etherealness spell, which lasts for 10 minutes or until you remove the armor. It is the plate armor of Etherealness.
I'll get that written down later.
Yes. So that's for you. And Jorna, you had what?
13.
You have an apparatus of keel wash. This item appears to be a large barrel weighing about 500 pounds. However, it's a miniature size, have said this. The barrel has a hidden cache that can be focused on a successful DC 20 investigation check, releasing the hatch, allowing the barrel to have 2 other mediums or small creatures to crawl inside. So basically you have your own personal little menagerie now that you can have and keep creatures if
I have
you'd
a
like.
pet carrier.
A fancy pet carrier.
You have an interdimensional pet carrier. You could fit a bear in that sucker if you wanted to.
You have a Pokeball?
I
Yes.
basically have
Yes,
a
she
Pokeball.
essentially
I
has a
can fit 2
Pokeball now.
Pokemon. I can have 2 Pokemon at any given time. I am now.
You missed it. Said we didn't get
Master.
Pokemon, and now we do get Pokemon.
All right.
All I got is a Rattata. Does that mean I'm one of those people that just stands on the corner going, "Hey, you fight
Yeah.
me!" Like that's bullshit.
Okay,
Punk
Paul.
ass trainer as
Paul, what
well.
number did you get?
I got a
Youngster.
14.
You youngster.
Or 24. Sorry, 24.
You're not even one of those dudes that's a biker.
16,
By biker, I mean,
19, 20, 21, 22,
you
23,
know.
24. You
Right.
have a sword of answering. And in the world of Greyhawk, only 9 of these blades are known to exist. Each is patterned after a legendary sword, Frag, which is various titles of the final word. Each of the 9 swords has its own name and alignment, and each bearer has its own personal gem. You get a +3 to attack and damage rolls made with the sword. Since you are mostly chaotic neutral, I think, you get the sword name that you get is Last Quip. All right, Matt, what'd you roll?
What roll was it?
2d20s.
2d20s. It's better. Last on the list. Okay. That's an 11. Glamored studded leather armor. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You get Ring of Elemental Command Air. This ring is linked to one of the 4 planes. While wearing this ring, you have an advantage on attack rolls against elementals of the linked plane, and disadvantage on attack rolls against you.
Bang!
And so, now that you guys have found some goody treasures, we're going to go visit Sid and Archer, who are making their way back towards the right way, and they have gotten to a door which has a little cup tray that is about at their waist, and they are staring at it.
Those things where we gotta give it blood again. At our waist.
Yeah, it's like about, so the door's like, let's say 7 feet tall for argument's sake, like it's about 5
Okay.
feet.
Trying to think of what would go in here. I try the handle. Does the door just open?
No, but you notice there's something sticky that may have, or not necessarily sticky, but it's dry now. It would have been sticky at the time.
And it's like a liquid?
Mhm.
Looks like that.
Yep, liquid.
Do you think it's honey?
And at this point, you both can see and both can hear again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was good.
So do we know what this liquid is?
Ambrosia.
Roll perception if you want to know the color.
Is it that weird wasp honey? Is it wasp of omen honey?
Where is the wasp nest in relation to us right now?
Behind you.
Behind us?
Mhm.
Oh, I hope it's not honey. That's a 9 for perception.
It's red.
16. Okay, so it is like ichor blood.
Okay, I cut my hand.
And the top 2 locks go click, 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 click. What does Archer do?
I guess I cut my hand too and spill more blood.
And the bottom goes click, 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 and the door opens, and you are in the bottom floor of Autumn Hall.
You solved my blood puzzle. That's a joke, right?
And you're now in Autumn Hall, and you're on the bottom floor, and your friends are right up at the stairs where you can see them. And they haven't even noticed you're missing.
Hey guys,
Where'd you come from?
more doors.
What does Paul,
Chilling.
Jorna, and all of you guys do?
We found items, and I have a sword now.
Is anybody else curious at the fact that the doctor, keyword doctor, keeps getting the weapons? Just throwing that out there.
And
I'll trade you
Sid,
this ring for an
I
other.
promise you, I will do no harm.
and Sid
That-
and Archer can roll so they can grab something out of the box.
I rolled a 13.
20.
So for the 20, you get a ring of invisibility. While wearing this ring, you can turn invisible as an action. Anything you are wearing, carrying, is invisible with you. You remain invisible for as long as the ring is on until you remove it, or until you are attacked and it hits you. And you have a bonus action in which you can become visible again.
You're
And
Frodo.
and
Trade you.
Archer, you get a cubic gate. This cube is 3 inches across and radiates a palpable magical energy. It is a 6-sided cube. All are keyed to a different plane of existence, one of which is the material plane. You can use this action to press one side of the cube to cast a gate spell, opening a portal to a plane keyed on that side. Additionally, if you use this action to press one side twice, you cast a reverse plane shift spell. The cube has 3 charges. Each of the cube expands 1 charge. After 3 times, it explodes.
I will trade you this ring for your cube.
What's your ring?
Hang ring. Makes you Avatar.
Cool.
I want to try my new cube. Let's Hellraisers, bitch. I want to go to hell. Puzzle cube. Let's do it.
So Pelagia grabs the cube and immediately starts pressing hell.
Yes.
I'm talking about my boss. About to put my 2 souls notice in here.
Hell. I get 3 chances, then I get to explode, right?
Oh, wow. I didn't figure you'd use it that fast. Sometimes. So at this point, you hit the button, and it expenses one of the cubes. And what happens is the whole plane of existence in which Autumn Hall exists flips, and people that who have fractured realities, which is Paul, Darius, at the moment Sid.
I'm fractured.
No, just those 3.
I'm fighting on my Eldritch Blast. My
Sid
world
is not
turned
Sid.
upside
Sid
down.
is actually Reed right now, but Sid's on the astral plane. Paul is 3 people in 1, and Darius just got his soul back, but there's a lingering thing. So those 3 people suddenly have a reverse switch. So now Reed is back on the astral plane. Paul will fail more at being real Paul, and Darius is going to struggle to have morality.
Where's hell? Where is hell? I press the button again. Hell. Cube, I won't go to hell.
As much as I appreciate the chaos going on right here, stop pressing the button!
Didn't work. I get 2 more chances.
At this point, I need to think a second here, because you're pressing the hell button.
You send me to hell. Give me what I want.
I'm gonna send you to,
All 5 to hell. All 6 to hell.
Yeah. I'll take you all with me.
We're playing Avernus now.
Burn us all.
At this moment, you open a portal, and everybody falls through it, and it is to another world with an autumn hall, in which the reality of it is nobody has ever died in Autumn Hall.
Oh wow, this place is really overpopulated. Hell, 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 hell.
Just for when it explodes.
And at this point, in this reality, Archer, you are the Duke of Autumn Hall, and you are your dad's alive, or has just passed away.
You're welcome.
Someone get me these
welcome.
threads. Someone get me
You're
these threads in
welcome.
black before she presses that button again. Stat.
You're welcome. Your dad's alive. Tie
Paul,
him up though.
you are a doctor that works on the Haywards in Autumn Hall. Darius and Jorna, you work on a florist outside of Autumn Hall.
No, I pressed the happy ever after button. I wanted literally the exact opposite of this.
And Sid,
This is my hell.
and Sid is on the island, and we have a raid. Welcome, raiders!
Yay!
Yay! Welcome, raiders!
You're about to see us all explode. So I pressed it again.
Hold person! Hold person! Hold
button.
person! Wisdom save.
I'm 15 feet away, 20 feet away from her. Just saying.
And Cephalogia kills herself.
That was it.
The cube explodes.
See y'all.
The cube explodes, and you are now inside the cube, and it is sitting at the feet of your companions.
Ooh, I'm Hellraiser.
Sitting at whose feet?
Dope.
Whoever is closest to Cephalogia can grab the box.
I grab the
Nobody
box.
wants to. They're
I
probably
grab the box. I grab the box.
It's now Cephalogia's prison, in which she is in hell.
Yay!
And please re-roll a new character for next week.
I'm in hell. You gotta do that. I just split the party to another plane of existence. So it's gonna be Cephalogia's solo adventure in hell with Gilgamesh. Ugh. And you just get to hear me whine at him for, dude, I really need Eldritch Blast right now. There's Bloodborne going on.
You're dead, right? You're dead. Cephalogia, you're dead. Quiet. Okay.
Dead is different than trapped in a hell box.
You're dead inside your hell box. You are literally in hell in the afterlife.
But you said I was in prison there. You don't gotta imprison a corpse, you bury it. You put it in a coffin. A coffin's different than a prison.
Matt?
Nope, just exploded.
Matt?
Yes?
And your GM, stop.
I'm dead.
Yes.
Alright.
You're dead. You are actually legitimately dead. Okay. So, meanwhile, in the alt world of Autumn Hall,
You're welcome. I got everybody their happy endings at least.
the thing about this is, for the druids, this does not feel right. This does not feel normal. This does not feel adequate. There's something wrong with this. Even
I don't know. I kind of like it. I think it's pretty valid.
I'm feeling quite sane. I feel alright.
And at this point, a little boy walks up to Archer and goes, "Daddy, Daddy!" and puts his arms up. He's about 5 years old. What does Archer do?
I'm sorry, I was looking at my spells one more time. He was caught completely unawares because he was he was checking his dope black palette of the Autumn Hall clothes that he just like snapped and someone went and made for him. So he was caught completely unawares because he was checking his spells.
Yeah, am I a red paste or a red mist?
You're dead. You're completely 100% dead. Reroll.
I got characters. What level?
5. Unless you're Jorna. Anyways. So what do you do with this little boy that runs up to you?
Warlock.
A little boy runs up to me?
He runs up to you and says, Daddy, Daddy!
Oh, gross. Is it like big enough to like clean itself?
It's 5 years old.
So no.
Yes. A 5-year-old
that's somebody that
themselves. Yes.
I want to be the kid. That's my new character. Commoner stats.
I've never hit a kid before. All right. So I pick him up and be like, "What's up? Sorry, remind Daddy, what's your name again?"
Elric, you named me after your grandpa.
Yeah, I love this game we play. Thanks, Elric. Where's your mom, Elric?
My mom's a druid.
Wait, what?
Ooh, I'm gonna make a lady druid.
Okay, so what had happened was you were in a war and you were unconscious, and while you were unconscious, there was this orc.
Oh no, sir. That is you.
On another plane, perhaps.
And at this point, you're watching. You guys, you still know your experiences in actually the real Autumn Hall, and the druids are starting, or the Jorna, as her connection to Gaia is very strong, is watching the fabric of reality slowly kind of shatter, like it's kind of becoming pixelated in the world. And Darius, because he's very connected to the water and the elements of air and whatnot through his magic abilities, is feeling that this reality can't sustain itself. It's not a real world. And Paul at this point in this reality is starting to feel like this whole thing is going to collapse on itself. They have to get back. They have to, like, something has to change. And that's his intuition as both a doctor, as the kid-like version. Like, all three versions are having self-preservation issues right now. And Sid, you right now don't have the magic of Autumn Hall. You don't have anything to do with, like it kind of, in this reality, it let go. Because in this reality, you just went on and never got put back towards this area. And you never came to this area of the Isle of Roanoke, which is actually a huge map in which is named after all of you. Autumn Hall, which is ruled by the Haywards. The Mournvalls there's the desert of the Mournvalls. The Renault is Renault Island. It is a gigantic map in which this never happened. But Sid, you don't feel complete. You feel like there's something missing. You feel like this wasn't, you know what happened, and you know, like, this wasn't supposed to happen. And there's a need to fix what's going on. There's a need to, like, literally, as Jorna would be feeling this worse, or the worst, as it's tearing at what is natural. And although Archer likes the power, he's realizing that in this reality, he has no power. The only power he had was being a duke. There's no magic for him.
He's cool with that. He's cool with that.
I'm gonna be your butler. That's
No, I'm just kidding. We'll get out of here.
Yeah. And so...
But if reality does collapse on us, the Autumn Hall in our reality, while we're all discussing this, the Autumn Hall in our reality literally cannot sustain itself. So, 6 adventure, well, 5 adventurers versus 1 reality. I mean, what's the cost? We just let this collapse on us, and then Autumn Hall is
No more.
doesn't
I
work like
told
that.
you death was the answer.
Let's ask Death himself. Death, what do you think?
Death, how's this work?
Death.
I mean, Paul.
Yes.
No, we're calling Death. We need to speak directly to Death.
In
Oh,
top,
hold on a minute. I don't think it'd be appropriate if we let this place collapse. Well, because this place cannot sustain itself. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, you'll be fine, right? Even in this broken reality where
That I'm not even sure of.
you'll be the only one left to find out.
at
We'll all
this
die.
point,
That would be fine with me.
at this point, there are the Hayward tattoos that are typically on Archer and on Sid, and they are both on Paul's arms, and they're both lit up. And it's obvious that at this moment in time, that death, the higher arching of death, is like, this cannot sustain itself. And Jorna is going to know this, and she's
We found the anime version of Autumn Hall.
and Jorna would definitely be feeling it, and she's going to start realizing that to restore the natural order of things, because that's the whole problem with Autumn Hall. You have to go back, because this reality will not sustain itself. It's a fictional world that in which you went to.
I will convey that to the group, and if I'm feeling it that much, I'll be like, yo, we gotta figure out a way to get back because this isn't working and I'm feeling real crappy right now.
And Darius, even though he is more tethered to the wind and the air, he is also feeling just as crappy. It's earthbound magic, and as it's a bloodline between them that they descend from Gaia, they're both feeling it because Gaia is having a definitely tense.
Does anybody have a plan on how to get back to the real reality? Because we're in a fake reality.
Well,
Normally, at this particular juncture, I would say yes. However, I am not exactly sure which reality is reality and which is not. As every day, every week, we walk through yet another door that takes us to another plane.
Fair. I'll do
So
that
I would say keep running until it feels right.
yeah, but
And,
didn't we get here from the box?
and there's
Who
one.
has the box?
I have the box.
And then I just push a button on it.
And at this point,
On charges and exploded.
And at this point, everybody in the box, or everybody in this reality, basically moves through Paul, but not Paul, but Paul is death. And this reality collapses, and you guys are dropped back into the middle of Autumn Hall on the bottom floor. And
Can my new character be from the
and
false reality?
Cephalogia is laying there next to all of you guys.
I was almost done building a new character.
And you see Mr. Roberts, who's looking over you guys, and he's like, how is this getting rid of the ghosts in the house?
There were no ghosts in the house 5 minutes ago.
What happened? I was exploded. We got rid of all the ghosts in the whole reality. So I say we're ahead of the game. Reality.
And now Sid, again, she has her brand, Archer has his brand, Archer still has the ring. Everybody who had a side issue has reverted back to themselves. Jorna is no longer feeling weakened and icky, and Darius is no longer feeling weakened and icky.
Oh, cool. So back to
Okay.
How do you feel about your son that you had for 5 seconds and lost? You okay?
His bone symmetry wasn't great, so I'm glad that he actually.
We did name him after his uncle who has trapped us all here, so.
And so at this point, there's dinner on the table, and you see Mrs. Pip is in there, and you see a bunch of ghosts that are in there. Would you like to go have dinner?
Ghost
Paul
dinner.
Paul stares at, because this Paul stares at Seth like, dang it! I thought I got you again.
Me too. I thought I got me too. What happened to that other happier Autumn Hall?
Each
Probably gone.
Each of you have a version of what that Autumn Hall would have been like. Sid would have led a normal life in there. She would have never really gotten to Autumn Hall. She would have stayed up in the Iron Cast mines. Paul would have gone to Renault Island, and he would have taught other Reapers. But he would have been off of the island, away from the core of it. He had a very specific group of people. Darius would have helped to control the water and the air, and Jorna would have been an anchor to Earth. And she worked very closely with Archer to ensure that Autumn Hall never again was cursed. Cephalogia would have not existed in that reality, and would have in fact completely been dead, and he would have had to re-roll next week.
Oh, so it was like Your Wonderful Life, except they're like, actually it would have been better if you were dead.
And
No, you died in that reality is what she's saying.
Yeah, but it was better for everybody.
For like the 20 minutes until reality took a crap on itself.
So wait, if I die, does that mean this reality dies too? I'm a god.
And basically, at this point, you guys are all, you actually know what your reality would be. Archer would have been a dad of two or three children. And he would have been the Lord of Autumn Hall. And it wouldn't have been cursed. It would have been a very happily ever after reality for him. He would have been rich from the get-go and never an orphan. He would have always had the Hayward name and had the best education and best of things. So everybody would have had exactly what they would have won. And they all...
If I never existed. I'm sorry for ruining all your realities.
No, they would have known you existed. They still had the memories in that reality. You died and you were in a box that Darius kept, and as Jorna as a druid, because they couldn't get you out, they held you basically in a memorial.
Oh, it's just in that box. I see. I thought you were talking about the timeline in that reality. I see. I got you.
And so,
it just sprung into existence.
Yes, and so everybody remembers it, and they can have feelings towards that, and that's there was no whatnot. But back in this reality, it is dinner time, and Mrs. Pip has made you grand feast in the hallway. So everybody's gonna go eat food in the hallway, or in the grand hall, right?
Oh yeah.
Might as well.
So you're all in there and you're eating food. Want to talk amongst yourselves? Find out how you're feeling, like at this table for your characters.
I just gotta say, I'm just really glad that my black palette swap version of my suit came through into this reality, or I'd be really upset that charcoal was getting really old.
Continuous confetti. 2 confetti blasts every 6 seconds.
I am trying to eat here. Please keep your confetti out of my food, please.
I just kind of put my head down and eat. I'm very much trying to make sense of things at the moment.
What is Jorna doing?
I think quietly under her breath, she's like cursing everybody and just saying like as she eats tiny bites of food, just being like, I should have never left the Myconid people. I should have never come up. I should have never, ever, ever trusted any other human ever again.
And what is Sid doing?
Eating Yeah. Eating.
Sad eating.
Savvy.
What is Archer doing?
He's hungry. He's had a long day.
And
He ain't proud.
so at this
Grew up on the streets.
So at this point, the doors to this room close. Mr. Roberts is in there with you, and the bottom floor, which never moves, drops you guys all. And the whole dining room is now not where it should be.
So it's like a video game error. We just fell through the floor.
It happens a lot in Autumn Hall.
This is doing
Yeah.
my thing.
Someone missed some zeros and ones in that one line of code.
Falling.
As it's falling, Paul grabs the plate of food and just kind of like leans back a little bit, and just keeps eating as he's falling.
Yeah, like air eating, like grabbing grapes from the air. Yeah.
Yeah, just
And at this point,
chicken leg.
you guys see from the window, which is now apparently somewhere else in this house, because the bottom
Over there.
floor isn't supposed to move. You see outside the window, there is a ship, a gigantic cargo ship. And you are wondering, how did a cargo ship even get over here? And you are
Ocean.
seeing,
Not really.
you are seeing a cannon that's firing and fireworks that are lighting up the Tower of Autumn Hall to different colors. And then through that, you see at the top of the tower, there are spirits floating around the tower as if the collapsed reality has now benefited Elric, and he has gained more power because the reality was created. And since
Oh,
that-
so me and him must be really good friends then now, right? And he might give me a couple of them cards back.
and and you see several of the ghosts and spirits that you had thought you moved on are now back.
Oh, shit.
And several more have been yanked from this other reality because it collapsed upon itself. And
They're the real Ghostbusters.
and as you do this, Elric is now able to power the house even more. And you're sitting here with your dinner watching all of this, and suddenly somebody roll me a D100.
Everybody?
Somebody, just one of you.
51.
51. All of the food turns into venomous steaks on the table.
Interesting.
Backing up.
The stakes. Are they flopping around or are they coming at me? Druid,
Yeah,
do
Jorna,
something.
Yeah, I'm
would you
gonna
mind
cast.
taking care of this, please?
Crap. Hold on. I'm sorry. I was not prepared to have to speak to a bunch of. I don't think I can speak to more than like one or a couple of them at a time. I will cast Speak with Animals. And
Talk to the large one.
yeah, talk to the one that seems to be the head honcho snake.
And
King
you
Cobra's in
see
charge.
from behind Sid's chair this gigantic, about 15-foot, almost room-long snake swirls around, and she.
I will wild shape as well into the largest snake that I can.
That
also try and make it listen to me.
And he sits there and he looks at you. What have you done to our world?
What have you done to ours? I think might be even a more appropriate question at this point.
I was the band member. There was a band and you played a drum. And I was happy. And I was gone. And this hell was not mine. And then the world shook. And I was back. Why am I back?
That is a good question, my sweet friend.
Damn,
If I knew
fam.
the answer, I would tell you.
The gargoyles are alive. The levers have returned.
Excuse me?
Gargoyle's alive.
So we have a living gargoyle, and we've got
The menagerie is once again free.
Think we lost our
Okay.
save file when we came back.
Yeah, we corrupted our save file.
Yeah, we have to go back.
Who's using Game Shark?
Unfortunately, we have to go back and redo all of our mini quests. Okay.
Elric
Alright.
is going to kill us all. He's gained twice power. That's what you've done has powered him. More power than he has ever been. The heir of Raven... The heir...
I don't think it's so fair to put this on me just because I'm the one who's speaking to you at the moment. I'm not quite sure what we even did to put ourselves in this predicament. Things just seem to happen with or without our will placed upon it.
I did press a button.
You okay?
And then
Yeah, this is
I'm
honestly.
gonna whip Seth with my tail, with my snake tail, my slithery snake tail, and
If
So
you-
now, I
Go
did
ahead.
it.
go ahead, eat the tiefling. It was her problem. She did it.
You're welcome.
Keep your demon friend from messing with our extra lives. We become more venomous and more angry, and we cannot control it. Protect the heirs to Autumn Hall, and protect the druids and those that keep the death in life.
Who protects me?
You are hell, and you have messed it up.
I
Uh,
messed hell up. That's right.
that snake person did eat him.
He created a 10th hell. There are only 9, and he wished the 10th one into existence.
That's dope.
I translate in my sneaky snake form to Paul what is being said, so then I can play translator in snake form if need be.
Yes.
There you go.
I can read your English, your common thinking mind.
And
Right.
Cool.
so at this
These
point,
thoughts.
you have talked the snake, current for the moment, out of exacting revenge that he can no longer control, because the 10th hell is madness, and madness descends. And so, as
My
the
third eye's wonky now. I want everybody to know that.
Your
My third eye is wonky now. It's a lazy third eye. Doesn't look straight anymore. It's kind of
and
droops.
the lord of the final hell is Beelzebub.
I like it.
And it's the 10th hell of madness. It is where everything that seeps to the surface drives people to their pushing points. Anything that is resurrected unnaturally will come back wrong. Anybody, the curse that links Sid and Archer is now both ways. So neither can die as long as the house stands.
You're welcome, Sid. Got you an
However,
insurance policy too.
but whenever Archer is hurt, Sid is hurt, and whenever Sid is hurt, Archer gets hurt.
Yeah, it's a two-way street now.
And now Jorna and Darius, the familial connection, whenever Darius gets hurt, Jorna gets hurt, and whenever Jorna gets hurt, Darius gets hurt. And Paul
I
has
feel really left out being an only child. You thought you were an orphan.
and Paul is going to have this ability to help to redeem, like if there's someone in physical pain, he will be able to absorb some of the pain due to his death status. It's a bit like a death cleric, where he's able to transmute it into relieving some of somebody's pain. And
See.
Archer at this point, he has his father's ring, which gives him the typical control of Autumn Hall and equal power to Elric, but he does not yet have enough to supersede Elric because Elric is now buffed twice over where you guys started. And all of you are left to sit in this basement of this place, and now Autumn Hall opens the doors again to let you guys go back to your rooms or whatever, and that is where we are going to end it this week.
Woo!
Alright, all. Let's introduce ourselves here. Sid, Megan, tell us who you are, where you're from, where we can find you, Twitch, Twitter, blah, 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 and what you like the best.
Megan, I like that now it's flipped, and as chat says, the dice are now against Archer. Sorry. And you can find me at Megan_star9 on Twitter, and that's about the only place because I don't social media very much, but yeah.
And the next one is Paul, who is also just to tell us who you are, where we can find you, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and what you liked best, and for Paul.
Yeah, my name is Justin Mast. Follow me at Zort1. Pretty much everywhere. That's me. Yeah, Paul's got so much going on. It's what I'm just slightly disappointed he didn't kill any of you, but that's.
You tried. You sent me to hell. That's close.
I tried. I tried to kill Darius. I tried to kill you. It didn't quite work out. He got killed though. That was fun.
You failed me, Paul. You failed me.
You're dead. You don't do a lot of
Darius, Kurt, who are you? Where are you from? Instagram, Twitch, and what you liked best.
I am on Twitter as @KurtMetis. I am on Instagram at the same thing. Pay no attention to my feed because it's just a bunch of retweeting, and I genuinely don't have a single intelligent thought. So if you like rambling, come view it. That's that. Other than that, I mean, cool. I like the group, and we'll see what happens.
Cincinnati D&D is the combination of Matt and Miles. Tell us who you are, where you're from, what we like about the game, and your characters.
Yeah, Cincinnati D&D, all one word on Twitter and all that good stuff. I like going to hell. I would like to go back to hell. And I like exploding a whole reality. It's dope.
I like that my threads are now even doper than they were before I got to Autumn Hall. And then we went to alternate reality where I could get them in black.
And I'm just picturing, like, what's the guy from the bro Final Fantasy? That's what I'm seeing you as.
Oh, yeah, you get it. Yeah, he gets it, yeah.
All right, and last but not least, we have Jorna Ash, who is played by Ray.
Hi. Hey, I'm Ray. You can find me with Brick on almost every facet of the internet. I like playing tabletop games, so find me on places, I guess.
What'd you like best about this week?
I guess the chaos. I love it and hate it, and Jorna doesn't know what to do with it, because it's the most stressful thing she's ever had to endure in her entire life. So trying to go through that is very interesting. We'll see what happens.
And I'm Misty. I am the DM. You can find me at Twitter, mcharm021. And we are back next week. I believe Jorna is actually off due to a little vacation she is taking. But otherwise, we'll all be here same time, same place. Stay tuned for more word from our sponsors, and we'll catch you next week. Bye, guys.
Later.